Hello students, today we are going to read our essay In Praise of Ignorance by Hilary Belloc. This essay In Praise of Ignorance is based on Hilary Belloc's idea that we should cherish our ignorance. Belloc was born in Paris. He went to Oxford University. He has also become the president of the Oxford University and the president of University's Debating Society. In 1902, he became a British citizen. He has written poems, fiction, essays, history, biography, and a huge number of letters. He has also edited the political weekly Eyewitness. He was a friend of G.K. Chesterton and George Bernard Shaw. And he was also a friend with H.G. Wells. And these four people, Belloc, Chesterton, Bernard Shaw and H.G. Wells, they came to be known as the Big Four of Edwardian letters. Though he has been related with the weekly journal also, but his style is free from that journalistic qualities. Though his essays were originally written for newspapers and periodicals, but still his style was not like that. This essay he has modeled on Erasmus' essay or his book. Or in this essay, he says that the field of knowledge is very small as compared to the field of ignorance, and so he creates this essay in praise of ignorance. Erasmus wrote in praise of folly, I, coming exactly 400 years after, would like to write in praise of ignorance. I would like to write a little book about it, just as he did about folly, but I am most unjustly handicapped. In the first place, I can't write what I like because we are not free as the men of the Renaissance were free. In the second place, I haven't the talent. Still, I can at any rate write a little article in praise of ignorance, and so help me God, I will. So he starts his essay is saying that Erasmus wrote in praise of folly. Erasmus has written a book. Erasmus was a Dutch philosopher and scholar of Renaissance period. So he has written a whole book in praise of folly. So he says, I, coming exactly 400 years after Erasmus, means Erasmus used to live 400 years ago, and now I am, who is following him or who is existing after 400 years to Erasmus, I would like to write in praise of ignorance. He has written in praise of folly. Folly means mistake. And I would like to write in praise of ignorance. He says, I would like to write a little book about it, just as he has written about folly, but I am most unjustly handicapped. But he says, I am handicapped, means I have troubles. I am not fully equipped to write that book. Why? Because he narrates, he states two problems, that in the first place, I can't write what I like because we are not free as the people in Renaissance period. The first problem is this, that I am not totally free to write as I was free, as Erasmus was free to write in his times. The second thing is this, that I haven't the talent to write a whole book, but still I can at any rate write a little article in praise of ignorance. But he says, though, as I have liked this thing and I am thinking of writing this thing, so if not a complete book, I would like to write a small article, a small piece about ignorance, and so help me God, I will. And so I pray to God, if God be benevolent, if God be generous, if God be kind to me, I will be able to write a small piece on ignorance. Remark the scope and amplitude of the affair. And now he says that why I want to write about ignorance. He says, remark, notice the scope, that what a wide scope, what a great opportunity is there, and the amplitude, the vastness of this topic, of this subject. How vast, how opportunity, how much opportune this subject is. That let any man, however learned he may think himself, however varied his acquaintance with man, muck, money, and the printed word, set down a list of subjects on which he could competently deal. He says, let any man, if there is any man who is there and who thinks he is very much learned, he may think of himself. So he says that let him, however learned, however acquainted he might be of various subjects, or with man, muck means mud, means soil, money, and the printed word. Printed means written word, books or journals or newspapers or all these things. Okay, he says, let him sit down and make a list of the subjects on which he could competently deal. Competently means in a successful manner, in a masterly manner he could deal, or he could speak or give advice or say something on whatever topics, on whatever subjects he like. Let him make a list of it. Then let him compare it with the vast, the oceanic prospect of the things of which he knows nothing. He said, okay, let him write. And he is not talking about some ignorant man. He is talking about a very learned man. That let him write of the things, of the subjects which he knows. But he says this will be very little information, a very small amount which he could write down. Then the vast ocean of those things, of those subjects, of those matters of which he knows nothing. Because it is quite an obvious thing, है ना, कि हम जितना जानते हैं उससे कहीं बहुत ज़्यादा गुना हम नहीं जानते ना. दैट इज इग्नोरेंस, कि हम क्या नहीं जानते हैं. तो वो बता रहा है कि इवन इफ ए लर्नड मैन इज देयर, बहुत ही वेल वास्ट, वेल लर्नड मैन अगर है, वो भी अगर लिखने बैठे, लिखना चाहे, नोट डाउन करे कि मैं किन किन चीज़ों में अच्छे से जानता हूँ, किन किन चीज़ों में वेल वास्ट हूँ, then he would not be able to write much in comparison to that vast amount of things which he don't know anything about. Nor let any man be humbled by this comparison. And he says this comparison is not for to humiliate anybody. Nobody should think himself as mean or as lower graded, because this is quite an obvious thing with everybody. It is a great thing to possess a true knowledge of one's own ignorance, because he says if you know that what you don't know, then it is a very big treasure, it is a very big achievement which you have, if you know that what you don't know. Because it is quite obvious, we don't know what we don't know, है ना. हमें ये नहीं पता है कि हमें क्या क्या नहीं पता है, और अगर हमें ये पता हो कि हमें क्या क्या नहीं पता तो हम उसको इजीली पता कर सकते हैं, है ना. इसलिए वो कह रहा है कि इफ़ यू हैव दिस नॉलेज कि आपको क्या नहीं पता है, देन इट इज़ अ वेरी ग्रेट थिंग. ये कोई ह्यूमिलिएशन की या अपने आप को कमतर समझने वाली चीज़ नहीं है, बहुत एक उपलब्धि वाली चीज़ है. एज for in a sense you must have knowledge even to know the names of things which you do not know, क्योंकि वो कह रहा है कि इवन वी डोंट नो द नेम ऑफ द थिंग्स विच वी डू नॉट नो. सो इफ यू नो what you don't know, then it is a very big thing. For instance, by pairs, है ना. अब वो कह रहा है अगर हम पेयर्स में बात करें ना, ग्रुप में बात करें, then metabolism and eutychianism, isostatics and the greater lymphatics, chronology and entomology, to say nothing of apology in the sense of arguments in defense of religious doctrine, for apology to a policeman is every man's affair. Now he gives some examples like metabolism. Metabolism is that chemical process in which we eat food, and that food create protein and carbohydrates, and then it creates energy or the things which are needed for our body. And Eutychianism, Eutychia was the goddess of happiness. It was a biblical character. So he says about these things, that how to be happy and how to get energy. Then he talks about isostatics. Isostatics is that साइंस ऑफ जियोडायनेमिक्स वी कैन से, है ना. हमारी धरती का जो क्रस्ट है, हमारी धरती के भूगर्भ में जो अलग अलग एलिमेंट्स पाए जाते हैं, वो एक क्या संतुलन बना के रहते हैं जिससे पृथ्वी अपनी धुरी पे घूमती रहती है, और वो सब, तो उसका जो अध्ययन है वो. देन ही टॉक्स अबाउट लिम्फेटिक्स. लिम्फेटिक्स is related to the lymph. Lymph is that fluid which is found in our body which contains WBC, ना. हमारे शरीर में जो श्वेत रक्त कणिकाएं होती हैं, उनका जो वो जो फ्लूइड होता है उसको लिम्फ कहते हैं. सो लिम्फेटिक्स मीन्स सम इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड विद देम. देन ही टॉक्स अबाउट क्रोनोलॉजी. क्रोनोलॉजी इज दैट ऑर्डर और सीरीज इन विच इवेंट्स हैपन. एक तरह से हम इतिहास कह सकते हैं उसको, क्रोनोलॉजी, कि पहले ये हुआ, फिर ये हुआ, फिर ये हुआ, ये जो घटनाक्रम है. एंड देन एंटोमोलॉजी. एंटोमोलॉजी इज द स्टडी ऑफ इंसेक्ट्स. And then he says to say nothing of apology in the sense of arguments in defense of religious doctrines. अगर हम किसी religious doctrine की बारे में बात करें, then अगर हम टॉक करें apology के बारे में, जो देवित्व का जो सिद्धांत है या जो उसके बारे में बात करें, because for apology to a policeman is every man's affair. अब ये देखिए, ये पन के रूप में यूज कर रहा है. सेकेंड apology is the sorry, है ना, एक्सक्यूज हम किसी से मांगते हैं. तो एपोलॉजी टू ए पुलिसमैन से अगर आप करें, देन इट इज़ एवरी मैन्स अफेयर, है ना. हर आदमी ये यूज कर लेता है टाइम टाइम पे. यू मे टेक ए लिस्ट ऑफ कंट्रीज ऑफ विच यू नो द नेम एंड द शेप ऑन द मैप, बट ऑफ देमसेल्व्स नथिंग एट ऑल. इट इज इफ यू see the map of the world, or you can talk about the countries of which you know about their name, and even you can tell about their shape on the map, but about that country you don't know anything. And this is the same for towns, of persons, है ना, of very great persons even, whose names are familiar to you, but beyond the name nothing, है ना. ऐसा होता है, हमें बहुत से नाम ऐसे होते हैं जिनके बारे में हमें पता होता है, नाम हमारा सुना होता है कहीं ना कहीं, वी हर्ड इट इन न्यूज़पेपर्स, और उनकी कोई जयंती, उनकी कोई शताब्दी मनाते हुए सुन लेते हैं, बट what he was, who he was, we don't know. So this is what our ignorance is. To go back to theologies, examine yourself on genealogy. He says अगर हम थियोलॉजी की बात करें ना, धर्म की जो बात करें, सो देन इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द जीनियोलॉजी, अबाउट द फेमिलियल हिस्ट्री, है ना, धार्मिक जो लोग हैं, है ना, हमारे धर्म में कि शंकर किन के पुत्र थे, विष्णु जी कौन है, विष्णु जी की माता कौन थी, विष्णु जी के पिता कौन थे, दिस इन दिस वे, है ना. He said if we talk about then the same thing happens if we talk about in religious matters, and then we go about the familial history, then we also found ourselves at loss. What were the maiden names of Charles Magne's 4 great grandmothers? Charles Magne was Charles I. He was the king of Franks. He was the emperor of Romans. King belonged to Roman Empire. So he says, what was the name of his 4 great grandmothers? Again, that genealogy की बात कर रहा है, तो हम नहीं जानते. Who is the rightful king of England at the present moment, if, and here again glorious ignorance intrudes, the supposed but doubtful will of Henry VIII still have force of law. इसे अगेन अगर हम बात करें कि वर्तमान समय में इंग्लैंड का राजा कौन होता, अगेन ही से यहाँ भी वो हमारी जो इग्नोरेंस है वो अच्छा काम करेगी, हमारी हेल्प करेगी. कब? अगर द डाउटफुल विल ऑफ हेनरी एट्थ स्टिल हैव फोर्स ऑफ लॉ, हेनरी एट्थ जो था उसने कोई विल लिखी थी उस टाइम, है ना। आप यूँ समझिए कि हेनरी एट्थ मान लो किंग था, है ना। अब उस हेनरी एट्थ जो था वो इंग्लैंड का किंग था 1509 टू 1547। ही हैड 6 मैरिजेस, है ना, उसने 6 शादियाँ की थी। एंड ही हैज़ पास द इंग्लिश रिफॉर्मेशन एक्ट ऑल्सो। सो अब देखिए उसने 6 शादियाँ की थी, यानी उसकी 6 रानियाँ थी, फिर उनसे कितने पुत्र हुए। तो उसका जो वो कह रहा है कि उसने जो अपनी विल लिखी थी, अपनी जो वसीयत लिखी थी कि मेरे बाद जो किंग है वो कौन होगा, तो अब क्योंकि उसकी इतनी रानियाँ थी, फिर उनके बेटे, फिर उनके बेटे, फिर उनके कितनी रानियाँ हुई, फिर वो किसको विल लिखते, फिर क्या होता, तो दैट इज़ अ वेरी कन्फ्यूजिंग थिंग ना। तो वो कह रहा है कि हियर अगेन आर इग्नोरेंस इज अ ब्लिसफुल थिंग, है ना, क्योंकि वो हमें उस इतनी सारी समस्याओं से बचाती है। और व्हाट वर द क्लेम्स ऑफ द स्पेनिश इन्फेंटा टू दैट सेम थ्रोन ऑफ इंग्लैंड एट द एंड ऑफ द 16th सेंचुरी। और द 16th सेंचुरी की अगर हम बात करें तो इंग्लैंड का जो थ्रोन था उस पर स्पेनिश इन्फेंटा, दिस इज अ वर्ड विच इज गिवन द टाइटल टू द प्रिंसेस इन स्पेन। तो जो स्पेन का प्रिंस था उसका जो दावा था, है ना, बिकॉज द क्वीन ऑफ इंग्लैंड वाज स्पेनिश, सो उसका जो दावा था वो कितना राइटफुल था इंग्लिश उसका, ये भी हम नहीं जानते हैं। एंड हु वाज द फादर ऑफ जेबेदीज चिल्ड्रन। नाउ जेबेदी वाज एक्चुअली बिब्लिकल कैरेक्टर. He was being known as the father of James and John, who were the disciples of Jesus, and he was probably a fisherman, though no much information is not known about him, and there are some doubts, and that's why he said that who were the fathers of Zebedee's sons, children, and obviously he was the father, but still it was a biblical thing of which we are not certain of anything. Anyone could write down at a top speed in half an hour more points of this kind on which he knew nothing than he could write down by laborious self-examination in a whole day. Similar points in which he had some little knowledge. अब वो कह रहा है कि एक आदमी अगर लिखने बैठे ना तो in half an hour he can write more information of such kind about what he not know than about a full day's labor he can write about what he knows or what he has little knowledge about. So this is the that's why he wants to praise ignorance, because ignorance, to know about your ignorance, is a greater thing. So this is it. Thank you.